But EG has been looking really, really good. So I think this is going to be a big challenge for TL, but one that they need to be able to kind of rise to the occasion for. Because they are a team that is expected to be up towards the top of the table. And Caitlyn coming through, so you're almost guaranteeing that it's going to be Caitlyn Lux for TL. Going to be looking for that really heavily pushing bot lane in the 2v2. Yon and CoreJJ.
But we've got the Karma and we've got the Jace locked in here in the first half of the draft for Evil Geniuses. They pick up the Karma that guarantees some push back against the power of the Caitlyn Lux.
With Jhin Jace, like that is begging TL to pick a tank.
Yeah.
I feel like if Summit doesn't pick a big beefy tank up in the top lane, I think that is a mistake.
Yeah, Summit just going to lock in the classic Gnar, who is also currently on
fresh off that. You're expecting this guy to dominate, right? And he hasn't brought that level that I think a lot of people were hoping for. I always love the pre-game banter here.
We got some banter.
JoJo is just always talking. Just immediately, Harry is here, oh my god. And then the first response immediately from Yon is, muted JoJo Pion. JoJo's like, I'm in your head. But because he's actually getting a leash, he's not really going to be able to make it happen. He may poke away at them a little bit, but it does get dicey because he's got to leave before level 2 comes or he's just going to get jumped on and die. So now it looks like he's just going to continue that clear on. And someday just trying to trade aggressively here. Every time you have that grasp ready on Fiora, you Q forward, you pop the grasp, and you just look for these little pokes and prods against the Gnar. Yeah, on cooldown. They're going to try to threaten the dive here. They know that Gnar E is such a long cooldown at level 1. It's just coming back up now, but he needs to wait for Pyosik before he can actually walk up to the tower. This could be a bit dicey.
He had to stay all the way back from Cannon, so he's going to miss out on that.
But now they're going to go in on bot lane.
He's got CoreJJ trying to escape, but Vulcan can get the root, and now with the extra damage pulling in, surely they get first blood. The credit goes over to Vulcan as FBI backs away. But Pioshik's coming around from the flank. Evil Geniuses, they have no summoner spells on that Jhin. There should be no way out of this here for FBI. Vulcan's going to just try to keep Pioshik away, but there should be no way for that to happen. Yon gets the kill.
Really bad. If they just get that kill uncontested, but now gonna go for Summit.
Ooh, flash into the twisted advance, immediately ready for the knockback. Riposte doesn't hit, but it doesn't need to. Someday gets the kill.
It all starts to stack up, become a lot of damage. With Pyosik down bot, great reaction from Vulcan as he swept him out and did spot him coming in there, and that quick backstep kept him safe.
Immediately able to react, feels good. For the side of Evil Geniuses, meanwhile, top side, Someday versus Summit, 1v1. It's Summit getting the edge. Someday has to get back away. Only 200 HP left.
He's got the fruit. He's got the bailout.
Oh, the honey fruit.
That's the top laner dream.
Honey fruit's there.
Or a nightmare, honestly. It's super tilting when you chunk someone out and then they just go into the lane. They come right back. You know, they have that honey fruit, but it is going to be this fight around that dragon. Getting pretty low.
4v4. CoreJJ and Yon got to be careful here. Pyosik comes. Whoa! Beautiful engage from Team Liquid. But will it be enough? It'll be a 1-for-1 here at the start. Pyosik tanking the Drake. Inspired and JoJo getting themselves back. Vulcan stands and fights against the Caitlyn. The Ignite's coming out. The auto attacks. Vulcan just kills them. And Evil Geniuses now want a little bit more. Vulcan's going to force him back over the wall. The Chad Karma just says, get the hell out of my river.
Nicely done by EG. Vulcan's just going to keep
chasing.
He's
not done. He's not done.
That's actually so bad. Delaying the base there so long to get out of there. I'm just going to push forward, delay those recalls, get ourselves the plate mid lane. It is just the one plate, not the two that went down, but still, really nice.
They try to step forward onto Yon and Core, but Vulcan really screwed that one up. Nice punish from the Team Liquid bottom lane duo. Curtain call opens. Yon should be able to block these. You don't want to make that mistake. We do have a contest over the Herald. Remember, we had a fight for the Drake. It ended up being nobody takes it. Let's see if anybody walks away with this objective. Now, Inspired's going to fire off the ulti. Herald's going to partially reset. They end up getting the lockdown onto Pyosik, who now has to run away. 300 HP left for the Jarvan. Means your jungler doesn't have a lot of faith to be able to get in and get back out. So EG secure the Herald for themselves. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, the 1v1. FBI counts to 4. Yon hits the floor.
Plus the CS that he gains and denies from Yon. That is massive. Now Summit's in some trouble. The ulti's been popped.
We don't have all of those vitals procced yet, though. Someday cannot get the final one. Someday doing a good job hiding against the wall, protecting that vital, so Someday's not able to get the heal. Inspired is going to chase him back. Meanwhile, mid lane, Team Liquid brings more dudes to the party, and they end up getting a 3v2 kill onto JoJo Pyun.
Summit can win this.
Summit trying to get back away now as Vulcan's going to show up. He's coming up the river, has to flash over the wall, knows there was no way out of that one.
He's up 20 CS. Despite the fact that he was ganked, the fact that he was killed, the kill went to his lane opponent. He's just straight up outlaning Someday in that 1v1.
And then top lane is just this massive gap between the two. Summit building up that lead over his opponent, making it so, honestly, the only gold difference between these two teams now is the one kill, that 300 gold's worth that EG has. Because play tank build car. He's just gonna build like Black Cleavers and stuff. So
yeah,
I guess if there's a team to build lethality into, I would think that this is probably the one. Herald's gonna be summoned up here in the mid lane. They get the charge, but nothing more.
It guarantees the Jhin ults are gonna be coming through and actually following up there. So potentially just looking for this really kind of powerful opening moments of the fight. And if someone like the Caitlyn or the Lux or the Azir ever gets tagged,
wasn't quite able to secure it. Top side, you can see Summit working to get that first turret here for his team, and I do believe that should do it. Team Liquid gets first turret there in the top lane, while JoJo should be able to get one back here in a couple of seconds. Just trying to let it eat as many minions as it can before he kills it off. Ooh, Yon getting caught, having to use the cleanse to get away from Deadly Flourish. FBI, they eat the ace in the hole for him. Curtain call opens up. Looking for Yon. He wants to try to weave this in there. They get out of the range in time.
So again, they're back here over on the Herald, looking to start this up, but Core and Pyosik are in the area, and Harry's coming.
Pyosik's ready to contest this. Summit's also nearby, ready to go. The Gnar with the Trinity Force completed. Fiora also has a Sunderer, but she's on the other end of the map. Unleashed Teleport just now becoming available there for Someday if EG decides they want to go all the way in for this. Smite's used, but it's going to be Team Liquid getting the Herald. This Team Liquid committing a lot of resources, a lot of manpower here mid to try to make sure they get this Herald charge off. Still shouldn't be quite enough damage to take out the tier 1, so EG's going to keep that alive for now.
And I think Yon's build here is pretty intelligent. You know, not only did he actually go Fleet Footwork, but he's going to be going Bloodthirster second. He has Overheal, he has Legend Bloodline, so poke is going to kind of stop mattering against his champion as long
Team Liquid seem to want to hang around mid and just try to see if they can grab this tier 1 turret. I think they're not going to have any issues picking it up there. Inspired does fire off the ulti. They're going to open up the curtain call too. Looking for Yon. Fourth shot going out. Doesn't hit him. Team Liquid trying to keep EG away in sequence from EG's attempted engage there with the ultis. And now they're able to rotate down, take this second Drake, tie that Drake count up for themselves.
Oh.
Summit's just going to teleport. That was a little bit of a risky TP that completes anyway. 500 gold lead for TL, and that's it, man. 21 minutes of gameplay. The kills have slowed down. And that's always been his prowess and his pride as a solo laner, is just his ability to deal with those situations, be aggressive. And if it doesn't get punished, the man ends up looking good. Pyosik over the wall with the EQ. Harry gets the kill on JoJo. Pyosik walks away. He stays alive with the golden Aegis. Someday's very low. Ace in the hole blocked up by Vulcan.
On cooldown, perhaps making the difference. Someday in trouble, though.
I mean, you saw that last tick of Ignite did damage the shield after he popped golden Aegis. So if that was even just a split second later. TP's coming in, though. Someday looking to lead the charge, but he's got to be careful. Summit might just be able to kite him out. Pyosik wants to get away, but JoJo should have enough to take him out this time. There we go. One's going to come back as both junglers die from either side. Summon at about 1/3 HP. Doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank to keep fighting with. They're going to regroup.
We're having some armor be purchased up here as well. So that's going to be tough to deal with. Zhonya's is also on Harry, so there's at all. One thing that EG is going to be really happy about, though, is when you're playing Maokai, it's extra brushes for that. They're looking for an engage, though.
Oh, my God! They just exploded them!
I mean, you want to run side to side when you're fighting against a Jhin ulti, but you have to run directly away when you're fighting against a Maokai ulti, right? You can't actually just be strafing back and forth, or you're going to get locked up, and Core gets locked up. He gets burst down by that lethality. Pyosik is behind them, though, down in the jungle, so will Pyosik look for an angle here? He's still in the red right now. He just used Smite.
No way for him to join the fight in time. Someday is in the pit. The Drake is going to be claimed by Evil Geniuses. Pyosik engages and disengages with the EQ. Inspired's in the middle. He dies.
That fight after that dragon, and now they're onto the Baron here. Inspired's dead for 15. There's not really much chance of a contest here unless EG can get some amazing poke.
Exactly what you were talking about. But FBI is looking to see what he can find here with these. It's going to be secured by Team Liquid and Pyosik. They get the Baron. And it looks like they'll be able to get away here. JoJo wants to try to stop him. Accelerated shot.
First down.
Inspired fires off that Maokai ulti again. Evil Geniuses decide this is when they want to go. Harry with the Zhonyas makes it a 1-for-1 there as they trade Inspired for the Azir. Core JJ going to be found out now as EG gets a 2-for-1 trade here in this fight. Pyosik flashes in. What the hell was that? Double kill back over to Evil Geniuses. Pyosik just gives them a freebie. Summit's now trying to stand and fight, but Someday's ready to deal with them, just picks them off. It's the Team Liquid conga line. Team Liquid's Baron push with that. I mean, that's just about the best case scenario.
Yes,
you,
sir.
You get a 1-for-4 when you're up against that Baron, especially what you were talking about when they don't have the ability to clear the wave. Someday, yeah, I don't think Someday's getting away from this one. It's his plated steel cap, right? He's got Sterix, he's got Cleaver, he's got Trinity Force.
You start out with this style of build, he's not going to get that kind of beefy status, so somebody's in trouble again. The move speed is not going to be gone. He's dead.
Still just chasing him down, man. Someday thought he was in control.
Doesn't look that impressive from Summit, but they can't actually play their win conditions. In goes Yawn.
Oh, Yawn looking for the rest of the damage to take out JoJo, and he grabs it. Now EG got to be careful because Pyosik and TL are not done yet. Summit lands the boomerang onto Vulcan, who has to flash over the wall, but Summit doesn't want to let him get away that easy. Deadly Flourish ain't gonna hit, but Summit's boomerang will. Vulcan drop, and FBI's the next target. Summit, and it should get them their second Baron uncontested.
Yeah, that's massive, and it comes off of, again, a huge play from Summit. He really is that much danger himself, so now it's another Baron going the way. A really, really difficult situation for them now. Mikhail's also done for Core JJ, so that's an easy answer for whoever actually has to soak up that Maokai ultimate to just be able to remove that root.
Well, Pyosik decides he wants to engage now. Disengages back out of his own Cataclysm as Inspired unleashes the roots. EG wants their engage here onto Pyosik. A lot of damage goes out. He buffers the EQ to take his corpse back over the wall, so he resurrects in a safe place. Now Summit's the one tanking the tier 3 turret aggro here in the bottom lane. EG's attempt does not work out, and Team Liquid are not just throwing themselves into him after the fact.
This Gnar that is so damn strong. And now, this is going to be Soul Point grabbed up here for TL because all the skill shots are going to be coming at you only from that one angle, and they're going to look for the engage now on Yawn.
They want him. If they can get him, he uses the cleanse to get out, but now he has to use the stopwatch to keep himself safe from the follow-up engage. The shutdown over to Inspired. They got Pyosik in the middle now, too, and Someday's going to bust them. EG manages to find their engage. They find their fight, and they hold on in this game.
Yeah, you can. But can you do it fast enough to actually get to the dragon? That remains to be seen.
Pyosik in the middle of everybody, not quite dead.
Oh no!
They end up killing Harry, who just delivers a freebie. EG get 2, EG get 3. Summit trying to disengage and get away, but it's a triple kill back over to FBI.
Go for it. They're not sure they have the damage here.
Yeah, they know that the only damage out of these 3 is Someday. If Someday dies...
Wait, Yawn's just killing himself. What is he doing?
Yawn, what's going on, buddy? What are we doing? Someday goes in, goes back out.
Or is he?
He's gonna get shot to pieces. If Yawn kills Someday, the other 2 cannot kill Yawn. They don't have the ability to kill Lifesteal Caitlyn. Yawn is just keeping everybody else here, saying, all right, Summit, I trust you to keep the base alive. Summit, however, loses the Sterix. Yawn still stuck behind enemy lines, back in the base, gonna be grand challenge, taken down.
Because the problem is now, he's dead. How do you fight the Baron? How do you fight these subsequent fights? Because he died so late, right?
Yeah.
He's still got 25 seconds, then has to walk there, so it's a full minute before he can get to the team. They're going to TP in, and if Summit gets caught, this is so bad.
Summit eating a lot of shots from FBI. The 4th shot misses, but it doesn't need to hit. Summit's not going to be alive for another 55
Pyosik's
seconds.
dead too.
And now Pyosik's been caught hanging around. Pyosik! Oh no, he's gonna
all falling to pieces.
They are falling apart in the last few minutes of the game.
TP from Someday though, can he get there in time?
There may be enough damage. Harry needs 3 more autos, 2 more autos. Harry gets it. Ocean Soul over to TL, so they've got that. But the problem is, what happens if they all get caught here? Doesn't look like EG has anybody that can do damage.
Wait, the TP!
Pyosik's still dead for another 25. Harry gets his TP off. FBI opens up the curtain call yet again. Core JJ having a flash to get away.
It's just getting so crazy. EG are pushing on all sides. They know they have to try to end the game with the Baron. They've got to keep pushing because they don't want to get into a slow-paced game against this Ocean Soul he's already used and is on cooldown. So he actually it does have a Storm Razor now.
Swapped it out. Someday losing a chunk of HP there. Maokai ulti flies through. It's going to find Summit, and it's going to find Pyosik.
But look at the turret. JoJo's just killing it. They're just buying time for JoJo to kill the turret. So they need. That's really well done. The W to actually take down the turret.
Range is one of the most powerful stats in League of Legends. Someday coming in for vengeance. The grand challenge. Another lunge. And he finally gets his man. Team Liquid was in so much control for so long, but it fell apart, and evil geniuses have clawed their way back into the game. All of TL has to find some sort of a defense here, but they're losing Nexus turrets, and they're losing them rapidly. First one's already gone, and JoJo's swooping around the side, looking for an angle on Harry and Yawn. Half HP. Oh! JoJo's about to lose that Guardian Angel if he ain't careful, but FBI's already godlike. Yawn's under pressure. The Caitlyn falls next, and evil geniuses from the clutches of defeat come back and take down Team Liquid.
What a crazy game. to kick it off here today in Superweek. That was